Do you have to do that?
I'm sorry.
It's just that people can see, I don't know if you're aware, and I'm happy to mop you up, but I'm not happy to mop you up in public.
I don't give a dingo's kidney
Well, you wouldn't,
what
no.
people see.
No.
Quite frankly, I'm sick and tired of it. I'm sick and tired of their eyes and looking and watching.
You reach an age...
I feel like a naked painting sometimes.
Of a lady's boobies?
Yes, they're
Can I see
always
this?
watching.
Where are you keeping this painting of a naked lady's boobies, and can I look at it?
Well, I do have one in the attic, but that's not what I'm talking about. I mean, people just watching all the time. Why can't they just mind their own bloody business?
Well, because you're sat in the lovely club, and we've got all these people here. We only just got rid of Edmund.
There's far more interesting things to look at than me.
But not when
putting
I'm having
my ointment on.
No, but if I'm having to mop you down, wipe you off, and sort you out, then that's going to arouse a certain amount of interest, isn't it?
What do these people do for entertainment these days?
Well, they watch me touching you and sponging you down.
Oh, they probably think we're Japanese or something.
Well, they might think that, because they always do that to each other.
I saw a programme once, it was presented by Chris Tarrant, where the Japanese did sponge each other down.
Oh, did they?
Yes.
Why were they doing this?
Well, because they weren't letting each other go to the loo.
So they had to sponge each other down.
So it was a torture programme of some sort.
Torture? Well, I appreciate torture. I appreciated it in World War II, and I appreciate it now.
You had torture in World War II?
I distributed torture. I like to think of myself as the distributor of torture issues against, I admit, members of the Allied forces.
Yes.
It's a bit of an unfortunate thing, really, but yes, I'm not saying I was a traitor in the war, but I was.
Right.
There was an occasion when I was offered a certain amount of money, and I thought to myself, well, this is rather good. The way it arose was I thought I'd won a holiday.
Right.
And this letter came through the door, 1943, 44, somewhere around there. Letter came through the door, and it said, well, it rather unusually written. It said, "Hello." I don't know what this meant, but it said, "Hello, mister," and it basically said I'd won a holiday. And
you thought it was in Harrow?
I certainly did. I did. But it turned out, no, I'd won a holiday, and it was in Japan.
Yes.
And I did for a moment think, well, surely we're at war with these people, but I'm not a man to turn down a holiday.
Well, it was more the Americans that were at war.
By that point, it was.
Well, they've always been competitive with cars.
They have, with cars and animals and chairs.
So you were quite right to think that it's okay to go on holiday to Japan.
I didn't see it as being a problem. It wasn't as though I was being told that I had to go and put my entire arm up Hitler.
Oh, right.
If I'd have been asked to do that, and the price hadn't been right, I wouldn't have done that.
Ah.
So I agreed to this, and I got on this little flight, quite a big flight, and I ended up in somewhere Japanese, so it was probably in Japan. And I admit, I joined in some fun and games. There was a certain amount of fun.
Yes.
Hit the chap with the bamboo stick. Now I thought, this is a bit like school.
Did the chap have the bamboo stick, or you had to hit him with the bamboo?
I had to hit him with the bamboo stick.
Right.
Now, he was upset.
As he would be.
As he would be, for some reason. I don't see that it was much of a problem. But gave him a jolly good beating, and I thought, well, this is quite an unusual way to spend a holiday, but I'm not one to object to this sort of thing. So I did. I went for it. Anyway, turned out then, when I flew back, and I was arrested.
Oh.
Yeah, something about being a traitor.
Oh, dear, that's just terrible.
It's ridiculous. Absolutely ridiculous. The way that you can be treated in this day and age. Yes. Absolutely ridiculous.
It's almost like the time when I actually did go and fist Hitler.
Well, yes.
Let me just say, I had a bad reception on both ends. Both in England and in Germany.
Yes.
Neither was happy about it.
Well.
But I was just following orders.
Whose orders?
Well, some chap I met.
Did you meet him in the club?
Yeah, no, because I didn't come to the club in those days. It was a young man, of course.
Wouldn't have let you know.
It was just some chap who just walked up to me,
Yes.
showed me a picture of a fist,
Yeah.
and then showed me a picture of Hitler.
Yeah.
And I thought, well, I understand. I understood the pictures, the imagery, and I thought to myself, right, yes, I'm a patriot. I shall go and do my duty.
Stick it up him.
So I smuggled myself in a beanbag
Yes.
that was being shipped to Germany.
Yes.
We were still in trade in those days. This is the early war, I might point out. I smuggled myself in. I got beyond the enemy borders, and there I was, and I had to somehow infiltrate this mansion, and where I knew Hitler was staying, and I had to try and get in there and give the old chap a good fisting.
Well, yes.
And, but anyway, I did succeed, but not in the way that most people would imagine.
Were most people imagining that you would do this and maybe kill him?
Well, the problem is that nobody realised that Hitler was actually only 3 foot tall.
Oh. He doesn't look that tall on the photographs and in the magazine and film features.
A lot of people thought he was a lot taller, to be honest.
I had him down as a good 9-footer.
Yes, well, actually, he was only 3 foot tall.
Yeah.
Now, you know I have quite big hands.
Well,
so the prospect of trying to fist this little chap was quite a daunting one.
Yes.
So, in the end, I had to get Goebbels to lubricate my hands. I was quite shocked that Goebbels was willing to assist in this matter, but he seemed to quite like the idea of me fisting the Fuhrer.
Well, I've always thought it's quite an amazing thing what you can do with rodents. I mean, I don't know who trained the gerbils to lubricate your hand, but it was jolly well done.
Goebbels.
What?
Goebbels, Hitler's main henchman.
Oh, yeah. Yes. I don't know anything about lubricating
Funny chap
rodents.
with glasses and greasy hair.
Yes.
Well, anyway, he assisted me. He was quite willing to help. In fact, big smile on his face, and he lubricated my hands with some sort of buttery substance, oily substance, I'm not sure what it was. And to my second surprise, Hitler himself seemed to be quite up for the idea too, and he opened himself up to me, told me about his family life and everything, and his visit to Liverpool.
Well, he would always open himself up to new challenges.
Yes, so I went to fisting.
Yep.
Now,
Give him the fist.
I pointed out he is a small man.
Little chap.
And I went a little too far, let's just say.
Oh, dear.
I went a little too far.
Up.
A little too far up. And next thing I know, my fingers were coming out of his nose.
Oh, dear.
Now, in shock, Hitler moved suddenly. I don't think he was expecting the fingers to come out of his nose.
Not to emerge all the way.
Yes, so he moved suddenly, and I wasn't prepared for that either.
No.
So, and it quite hurt my arm, so I just squelched in pain, and basically I grabbed the first thing I could.
Yeah.
Which was Hitler's moustache.
Oh.
He used to have a really big handlebar moustache.
Big moustache.
Big moustache. Nobody knew this.
No.
I mean, you wouldn't believe this from, the literature, but actually he had a big handlebar moustache, and of course, my hand, through his nostrils, my fingers, the sudden movement of Hitler, the sudden shock of the pain in my arm, I grabbed what I could of his moustache and tried to retract my arm.
Right back out.
And with it, I took half of his moustache.
Oh, dear. Either side, I think.
Either side, yes.
Oh, no.
And he was left with this ridiculous little moustache. It's almost like a speck, like a big hairy bogey beneath his nose.
Dear me.
And he wasn't pleased.
Well, no, he wouldn't.
He was not pleased.
He wouldn't have been. He was a cross chap anyway.
And and there was Goebbels comforting him. He was crying a bit, and in that distraction, I made my getaway.
Yes.
It took me 7 days to get back to England, but I managed it.
Well, you did.
And
you're here.
And I went to see Churchill.
Yeah.
To show him what I had done. And,
yes.
And he took the moustache.
Yeah.
And he rolled it into a cigar.
Oh.
And he sat there just laughing and drinking whiskey, smoking Hitler's moustache.
Oh.
I couldn't believe it.
Probably.
He didn't even say thank you.
No.
In fact, he threw me in prison for 2 days.
Oh. Well, there's a bit of a bounder, isn't he?
He was.
Possibly just because I just ejaculated on his roast salmon.